there'll be much change in the side, or would you like to see Romero play in that fixture?
All depends if Romero's fit. He is carrying a bit of a knock. Again, all depends if Sonny's fit as well. He was strapped. He had his leg strap being taken off yesterday, and Nuno said he had to assess him. I haven't heard anything today on the situation. So, look, if Son is fit, I think Son goes out to the left. Unfortunately, I think Stevie B loses out and Kane comes back in with Moura on the right. And look, we should be beating Watford very, very easily, to be honest with you. Look, they do have a lot of players that can break quickly. They have, I think your man Dennis is there. They have Ismail Sarr, stuff like that. So we do have to be careful in that regard at the back. But I'll be honest with you, it's probably harsh to bring Romero in and drop one of Dyer Sanchez. 2 clean sheets, two games, 6 points. For me, I would rather make sure Romero is right, leave it till after the international break, introduce him against Palace, and then going into the Chelsea and Arsenal game. That's what I would do personally. I'd definitely get Harry Kane back in this weekend to start. We want him fit and firing. We want him to score now. We want, I'd never say this, but I want him to score for England over the international break. And then I want him to carry that form into Palace, Chelsea and Arsenal, because that's when the season really kicks off, is going into them 3 games after the break. 3 massive games. Palace, we owe them from last year. They hurt me last year, and I'm sick of listening to their stupid fans for 90 minutes banging on a drum. Then you have Chelsea. Look, I just want to beat them so bad. I absolutely hate them. The Battle of the Bridge will never escape my mind when it comes to them. And then Arsenal, I just want to, just put more relegation woes on them as well. So that would be very nice. But the Watford game, look, we should be beating it easy. And I just think the only change it probably would make is Harry Kane. But again, it's dependent on injuries.
Yeah, 100%. It is good you put that in there as well, because obviously we do have that big fixture run, obviously, after that. So it is rather interesting. I don't know, like you said, it is all dependent on those injuries. So that being said, Max, do you think it's time for Harry Kane to step in and be like, actually, no, I need to wear this jersey and not think about anywhere else?
Oh, 100%. I'm not putting any disrespect to Watford, because obviously they're Premier League side. They've been a Premier League side for they've been in and out, obviously, but they're not a walkabout, no pushabout. I don't think any side really is. I mean, like we've seen with Brentford, obviously doing the business over the Gooners. That was lovely.
That wasn't a shock, though. We expected that. I expected it. I knew it was coming.
I'm glad. It's just nice to actually, when you expect something, to actually see it. And it's like we're going to be expecting 3 points. It's just how we're going to get those 3 points, because is it going to be scrappy? And it's so annoying. Like, let's get Kane back in, get firing. We played some good football against City. I was really impressed. Obviously, Wolves away games are completely different, because obviously you don't have your full fans, and it's just different dynamics, different pitch. Obviously, professional footballers are on city money, but when you're playing home every other week, you're going to get used to your own stadium and all that anyway, aren't you? So get Kane back, get an early goal. I tell you what, if he scores an early goal, that place is going to be absolutely rocking, and there's no way that Watford are going to get back into that game. No chance whatsoever. It'll just be, if they do, it's a silly set piece. But I'm hoping that we've actually learned our mistakes from that, because Dyer and Sanchez, credit where due, they've done well. Like 2 clean sheets. Sanchez, I do think he'll be the partnership with Romero going forward. Dyer's clearly the weak one, and Sanchez has that pace to make up for his inevitable errors. But you're always going to have that one defender that it's hard to rely on 2 defenders, because if you have 2 world-class defenders, then you'll be top of the league, really, won't you? Like all season, because that's end of the day, that's where it matters. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling. A nice 3 out of 3. That'd be beautiful to see. And then it's in our hands then after the international break, just because that's the big games start coming thick and fast, and they always do when you start approaching Christmas. And I mean, I talk about Christmas already. It's only bloody August, but
that's coming. Where's the summer weather?
One game at a time. Let's get 3 points against Watford, and then have a look and see what the other results that weekend are saying.
So I'm going to ask the last question, which is, I want your score prediction. So David, what is your score prediction for Watford?
I'm going to go 3-0, just purely because Harry Kane's back in the team. He offers something different. Look, against Wolves, he changed the game. He was getting us up the field. He was taking the ball down. He was getting us up the field, and he was opening up space for Bergwijn and that to run into as well. So I do think we'll see a bit of a different Spurs going forward, and that's why I'm going to go 3-0. Harry Kane with a brace.
I like it. And the same with you, Max. What's your score prediction?
I'd like to say, I'm going to say 3-0 as well. I'm going to join you on that, just because 2-0 doesn't seem big enough victory. I want to put some goals past and get, we had two 1-0s. Like, I want to see goals, get a bit of momentum going and take that forward with us. So not bothered, obviously, who scores. It'd be nice to see Kane getting on the score sheet just to shut up some of those fans that are obviously hating on him. It's like, there you go, he's back in the starting lineup. He's scoring goals, now shut up. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, why not? 3-0.
100%. I think I was going to go 3-0, but I can't go the same. That's a bit boring, isn't it? So I'll go with what Edwardson said of 4-0. Go on then. Let's have another clean sheet. Let's keep this momentum building. It'd be lovely jubbly.